prospect of the week here. Drew, you've got your first guy on here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and lead off for us this week. A guy I really like that I have been seeing kind of make waves across the social media landscape in the winter, which just happens every year. You know, guys pop on social media and it's what's real, what's not. But regardless, we've seen this guy in the past. He's battled some injuries, and then when you see this kind of stuff pop up in the winter, and he's, know, supposedly healthy, certainly looks healthy. Like it gets me really excited. Braden Deverman, normal U high. He's a 2025. I know you guys have kind of moved on to that 2026 group. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to continue to try to give some love to those seniors that are still looking for a spot. He certainly deserves some love. I think he's gone through a tough couple years in high school where he's battled random injuries. This most recent one might have been an arm, but we saw him back in the winter of 2023, basically 2 years ago, up to 86. Live arm, good looking prospect as far as frame is concerned. He on his X handle, like he's got himself listed at 6'3", 210. And I know it's pull downs and stuff like that, but the numbers are getting into like the mid to high 90s. So who knows how that's going to translate onto the mound? Who knows when he's actually going to be getting off the mound, when he'll pitch for normal U high. But any coach out there that's looking for like a late sleeper that could really, really pop this spring, Braden Deverman. So that's my prospect of the week there for you.
You mentioned the pull down, Drew, and you're right. It doesn't correlate directly, but it is really valuable information. And to be, what was he, 98? I think
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
just watching the way it moves too, right? Like
right.
the quickness of the arm,
Yeah.
the arm path, the effort, all that stuff.
And to be that athletic, and to just know that's in there, that's all
Yes.
super valuable.
Yes.
But I'm going to go into mine here. I got Jalen Valise from Yorkville. He's a 2026. Now, he's someone that I saw a ton of at The Rock this past summer, and I just fell in love with how hard he played the game. I don't know, maybe Gavin Michaels is the only person I've seen that runs the bases quite like him. Always looking to take the extra 90, aggressive runner. We talked to Adam Christ about base running a little bit, and he's like, I like when having to reel a guy back. He just I kind of thought of Jalen immediately. Like, he is always looking to take the extra 90, menace on the base paths. Really fun to watch. And he can pick it on the dirt, too. He's a good middle guy, 6'7" runner. And I like the swing, too, right-handed swing. Yeah, can't believe he's still uncommitted.
And then my guy this week is Drew Borkowski out of Huntley, another 2026. But saw Drew a couple times last spring. There's a lot to like, just starting off with the frame. He's 6'1", 167. It's a lean frame. He's got a ton of room to grow there physically, as he continues to mature as he gets older. But really liked what I saw last spring. When I saw him again a couple times this summer. But the thing with Drew that I like is it seems like he gets better with each watch. I think he was kind of thrown into the fire a little earlier than expected last spring. He ended up becoming Huntley's one, and Huntley was a really good team last year, as they are most years. They'll be good again this year. He'll be I would presume their one again this spring. But it's a mid-80s fastball, but it's got a ton of like arm side run to it, at least in game. He's run it up to 88 to 90 in showcase settings too, so he has it in the tank if he needs it. And another thing that I just really enjoyed when I saw him last year, the breaking ball got firmer and firmer as the year went on. When I saw him earlier in the spring, I felt like it was, just kind of average. By the time I saw him at the end of the spring in a playoff game, it was a much firmer breaking ball that, could be above average at the next level. So, athletic kid, athletic arm, and he'll be the ace on a really good Huntley team again this spring. So, Drew Borkowski.
And then my uncommitted prospect of the week is kind of like utility catcher, outfielder, kind of can play anywhere. Adam Swanson from Ottawa. He's a 2026. And kind of with Adam, I think, and Drew, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I remember he kind of came on the board for us maybe a year and a half ago at like a fall event up at the Max. And his tools were just like unreal, like really good. Really fast 60, strong, big AEVs, strong across the the diamond, or I guess he was catching probably at that event. He probably wasn't in the outfield. So, like, really good pop times, really high velos from behind the plate. And then I think he came to preseason All-State or something. Ended up being a future gamer this past summer. But no, I really like Swanson just because of his big tools. He's a 6'6" runner, 101 mile an hour EV, 382 foot max distance. Like, he can kind of do it all. I haven't really seen him in game, Pete. I know you saw him hit a home run last year, but when you went and saw Ottawa. But no, Adam Swanson's one that I really like. Really strong, athletic frame too. But no, Adam Swanson, uncommitted 2026.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout. But the thing with him, he's athletic enough to play the outfield. That's what we brought him down to the future games for. He played a lot of outfield. I don't even know if he caught it all. Did he catch it all?
Might have got a couple innings in, but like, he's an awesome kid.
Yeah.
And he plays really hard. I love the at bats he takes. Like, he does not get cheated he doesn't give away at bats. I think the swing really plays. It's compact, and like you hit on a lot, Gavin. Like, there's a lot of power packed in his frame. But didn't blink an eye when I was like, hey, you might have to go play the outfield. We've got a couple other catchers. Like, we'll try to get you some innings. Like, he wanted the opportunity. He was willing to do whatever it took. I loved him in the dugout. I'm not gonna sit here and say he can't catch, because I just think that he's got a work ethic, and I think he's gonna will himself into do whatever he needs to do. And the arm is super strong from behind the plate. For his age, it's an 80+ arm from behind the plate. So we'll see like what happens, but he's versatile, and I think in today's day and age that is super important. And I love the makeup. I think he is a guy that's going to help any program that he goes to. So I know I just kind of jumped on the bandwagon there, but I really like that prospect of the week.
Well, no, to add even more color, like, I think with Adam, I remember he comes to state games, like, what is that, a week, 2 weeks after future games, right? And he was on my field, and he's catching R.J. Duncan, a kid who was a future games arm for us. And I remember, texting you guys, hey, like, the catch looks really good. Catching a future game arm that I don't think he caught down in Georgia, right? So R.J. Duncan's got good stuff, and I thought he was catching really well, presenting pitches, really trying to steal strikes for R.J. So, no, I think the sky's the limit with Adam. Like you guys all said, he's got a great work ethic, and, he's versatile enough to play anywhere.
Yeah, well, that wraps it up for this episode before we get into our interview with Coach Chris at Illinois. And again, we really appreciate him hopping on, taking the time out of his day to talk with us. Should be a good one, so let's get into that.